Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video we are going to be doing a tutorial and review on this new Revolution palette. So this is the Sugar Ray palette, so it just looks like this, and this is from the Reflective range of palettes. So this was £8 and I got it from Revolution's website, but I have seen it on ASOS, Superdrug, a few other places, so you know you can pick it up other places. I did film a video on the Ultraviolet palette, which is the other palette in this series, so it just looks like this, but unfortunately my lighting wasn't great, so I decided not to post that one. So if you'd like me to like refilm a video with this one, just let me know in the comments, because if people are interested I will do that video. So as I mentioned, this palette was £8 and they were on sale on the Revolution's website when I got them, so I think there was like about 10% off the palette. They're constantly doing deals at the moment, like 3 for 2 money off, so it's definitely worth checking out the Revolution's website, see if you can get a deal. And this palette it is 15 shades. There is like a glittery shade here, which glitter is not my favourite, but you know, we'll have a go with it. And then I think some of them are maybe like those creamy kind of formulas, like maybe this one, and then you've got like a good array of shimmer and mattes. So looking at this palette, it is pretty neutral, and then you've got like a pop of pink and then like a darker like burgundy colour here. So I think those are the colours that I'm predominantly going to be working with, because that's what I'm gravitating towards. I've tried one of these kind of like creamy shades before and it wasn't for me, so I'll probably use like something like bright on the lid like this one. And then what's great about this palette is that like lid shade that I'm going to use is not the lightest, so I can also use this for an inner corner as well. So I'm going to prime my eyes and then we'll come back and do a lid shade. Okay, so I've primed my eyes using this, is it called Visart or Viseart? This is the Seamless Eye Primer. I got this in my BoxyCharm and it's been alright so far. Would people like to see like a video on how I get BoxyCharm to the UK? Like, is that of interest? You know, let me know in the comments box, or the comments. So yeah, that's what I've used, and we're going to go into the palette now, and some of these actually look the same. I think I'm just going to go with this one. I do like that they've put names on the palette. So this one's called Intrinsic. That's just like a matte nude shade. So I'm just going to put that one in the crease. So that's that shade on, that Intrinsic shade, and I think it looks really different to the pan. It looks more of like a dusty kind of mauve in the pan, and then when it's actually on the lids it looks a lot more like peachy. So yeah, that was like a nice little surprise really. So the next thing I'm going to go into is Flossy, so that pink one, and I'm going to put that in the crease as well. I've just put that pink Flossy shade on, and it was like really pigmented. I wasn't expecting it to be really pigmented for some reason, but it went on really nicely. It did take a little bit of time to blend out, but I assume it's things like, you know, pinks and purples like take a little bit longer, so I'm fine with that. And I'm going to go into that Affirm shade here, that burgundy, and just put that in the outer part of my eye. Okay, so I have put that Affirm colour in my outer corner, and if I'm completely honest, it looks pretty similar to that flossy pink shade. There's not that much of a distinction. Like, it didn't build up to this shade, it only pretty much went as deep as this one. So I'm going to mix a little bit of the black in there just to see if I can get a bit more of a distinction. The black is called Ember, yeah, and we'll see how pigmented that is, because blacks can be, you know, they can turn out grey, they can be really black. So yeah, we'll have a look at that. Okay, so I've added that black shade, that Ember, and I think it looks really cool, and it's giving me that kind of distinction that I wanted, which is great. So I'm gonna cut the crease now. I'll do that off camera just because it always takes me a hot minute, and I have to go like so close to my camera, my mirror. So I'm gonna pour this Ore shade on, which is kind of like a light champagne colour. So I've put that champagne shade on, and it looks like really good. It was a little bit chunky and there was some fallout when I put it on, but yeah, I've cleaned it up, you know, pretty easily, and I think it looks really good. So yeah, I wasn't kind of expecting it to be that good. This palette's actually been really good quality so far, because the other reflective one, the ultraviolet one, wasn't as impressed with, but this one is better. And I find it weird how sometimes that you'll get Revolution products within the same line and others will just outperform the other ones. It's strange, but anyway, we're doing well with this one. And I have been and put some of that Intrinsic shade just on the join between the darker shades and the outer crease, just to blur it a little bit. So now we need to do the under eye, and I think I'm going to go into this Cheer shade here. I don't know whether it's going to look any different on the eye than this one, but hopefully it will. But it's within that colour scheme as well. Okay, so off camera I've just been and applied some liner and a little half lash. They just work so much better for me. If you ever struggle with lashes, just put half a lash on, because it still looks like you've got something on. They just stick down a lot easier. And these are actually full lashes that I just cut in half. So just a little tip for you. So the next shade that we're going to go into is this light colour here, which is called Cherished, and we're just going to pop that in the inner corner. So almost done. That inner corner highlight looks really nice, and I also put it on the brow bone as well, just for a little bit of shininess. So I have applied, I'm going to do my lips also, by the way, I've applied the BFF pencil by Colourpop just to my lids to get me a little bit of colour on there, and then I'm actually going to go in with this gloss over the top of it. So this is Kitty Lux Cosmetics. These are my glosses that I make. I'm not in production just yet, so able to sell, but you know, I'm working up to it and figuring out new formulas. So if you want to watch like my journey, I keep posting pictures of what I've done, you know, things like that. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, just Kitty Lux Cosmetics, and I'll leave that in the description box as well. So I'm just going to put this gloss on. So as you can see, it's just a lovely nude colour. So I'm going to be doing like a range of colours. I've not actually worked it out all yet, and like really cute things, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's the gloss on. Okay, so that's the final look with this palette. I was actually quite impressed with this one. It performed a lot better than I was expecting, bar this shade here that didn't really go on dark enough. It was just the same colour as this one on the lids, but it worked out because I put the black in there, and then that added to the distinction, which I was happy about. Obviously I've not tried the glitter, I've not tried all of them. I've tried like quite a few here. I've tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades out of 15. So what's that, like half? So I haven't tried all the shimmers. I haven't tried like this Precious glitter or this cream shade, or I think it's like a cream shade. But you know, from first impressions, it's really good. I would say, in my opinion, it definitely outperforms this palette. This is the Ultraviolet palette. So this was like the other palette that I used, and then the video didn't really turn out that well. So if you'd like to see me like doing like a retrial with this palette, let me know and I'll film that, because if there's enough interest I will do. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you with some swatches now, and I will see you again shortly. Bye.